Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
I find it so funny because ever since I've been single, I've noticed that anytime I'm with someone that's in a relationship and they find out I'm single, the first thing they'll say is, "Oh, don't worry, you'll find someone. Don't worry, you'll find someone." Like, do I look worried? No, I know I'm gonna find someone. Like, I'm not worried about that. But I'm choosing to be single right now. I've been in some really bad relationships, and I think a lot of girls can relate because, yes, a good relationship, amazing. That's the goal. You want to find your forever person. But being in the wrong relationship is 1,000 times worse than being single. But I feel like we end up getting into the wrong relationships or rushing into relationships because we feel pressured like we have to by society because we're not worthy if we're single, or we're not good enough if we're single, or it means that, we're unlovable. Like, that's a choice. I could get into a relationship tomorrow if I literally wanted to, but I don't want to be in the wrong one. I am the happiest, most content, confident version of myself right now. I've genuinely never been happier, and I am single. I think the goal should be that you make your life so full and you give yourself all the things that you would be craving from someone else, like love, validation, companionship. Give that to yourself. Build up your friendship circle with real, genuine friends. Work on yourself to go and achieve the things you want to achieve in life that is going to make you feel proud of who you are. Make your life so full and fun and amazing that when you meet someone, you will know whether or not they are the right one, because they either add to your life or they subtract from it. And if they don't add to it, then they're not the one.
Well, yeah, obviously. But what is it exactly that you add to a life that is already full? Being in a relationship is great, but I choose to be single. Why? I've never been happier than now that I'm being single. Of course you are, but being in a relationship is great. Maybe the more you'll say that to yourself, the more you'll believe it, because I look at you the same way I look at those guys who post pictures of themselves with someone else's car. Oh no, dude, I love being poor. I wouldn't even want this car if I could afford it. I could buy this car tomorrow if I wanted to. You can be in a relationship tomorrow if you wanted to, sure, because it only takes you to be in a relationship.
Women cut their hair short to avoid the male gaze is the biggest comment on my last video that has shocked me. I asked a question yesterday about why women cut their hair shorter as they get older. I never really thought about the biological reasons behind it. Men go bald as they get older. Women's hair thins. Menopause and having children puts a lot of stress on a woman's body, which means the hair thins out. Therefore, a lot of women get their hair cut short. Of course, it makes a lot of sense. I think women's health is not discussed enough at all, from childhood right up until menopause. It seems really shocked by the amount of people who put this comment. I think if there was no men on this planet, I would still have long hair.
Well, yeah, but you seem somewhat normal, at least compared to all those lunatics who shave their heads because male gaze, or at least compared to all of them that are decentering men from their lives by talking about men all the time or doing stuff to themselves because men do exist. That has to be a sad way to live your life.
Average men will pick average women. Average men do not need extraordinary women. They've got no idea what to do with them. We also live in a society where a lot of people aren't striving to become better, to become the better versions of themselves. They don't want to grow. A person who likes to grow picks a partner who challenges them, who pushes them, who's supporting them to improve. People who pick the same types of partners are people who don't want to grow. Be it men who pick people-pleasing women to serve them, or be it women who pick weak men to control them. That's it.
Wisdom, TikTok wisdom, but still wisdom. And if you're watching, not just listening, you've seen all the wisdom based on how many times she posts the video so she can get her point across. A point that she completely lost towards the end. People picking the same type of partner doesn't equal picking people pleasing women. It definitely doesn't equal picking weak men that you can control. Are you off your meds again?
So I got on Hinge again today just because I feel like I'm due for a love interest in my life. And I was swiping through, scrolling through their profiles, and I realized I can't respect a man who has a dating profile. I don't know why. It's like, what's a thing for girls that guys do? It's called dating apps, dating profiles. I can't respect you. The mere thought of you getting on your phone, scrolling through your camera roll, thinking, what are my best thirst traps? What do I look best in? Asking your homeboys, what pictures do you think I look better in? To set up this profile, to set up your prompts on Hinge, and the best thing you can come up with is my biggest fear in life, women. Yeah, I'll pass on that. My favorite thing to do on dating apps is match with people, not go on dates with them, and then run into them at the bar coincidentally, like months later. And I'm like, oh my God, wait, I know you. Like, we matched on Hinge 5 months ago. It feels more organic. You know, I don't want to meet someone on a dating app and have to go on a date with them from that. I'd rather just, like, meet them in person. Like, it helps if I've known them already. It helps if I can spot them in the bar and be like, oh, I know you from Hinge. But yeah, I don't think I can respect a man who has set up a dating profile in their life. It just feels wrong. It just feels wrong.
Ah, yes, the struggles in the life of a blonde girl. I don't respect a man with a dating app profile, but I will respect the same man if I bump into him in a bar. Cause when I do meet him in a bar by accident that I've planned ahead for months, his dating app profile just poof disappears.
Genuine question for men on dating apps. I am genuinely curious because I don't understand what's going on. If your only objective on dating apps is to get laid, which, like, your business, I don't care. If that's your objective, why are you not asking out women? Because in my head, I'm thinking, this is what I would do. I would ask a girl out, not be a weirdo, and then maybe she would sleep with me, right? That's how it should go. But then why are you on dating apps or following girl on social media and DMing her saying you want to sleep with her, but then never actually make plans to meet her? I don't get it. Because, like, maybe I'm old school and I'm missing something, but as far as I'm aware, in order for me to sleep with you, we have to be in the same room. So, like, what is the objective? I don't get it.
I know you don't, so I'll help you out. The key word in everything you've said is maybe. The F-boys you're talking about, they're not looking for maybe. They're looking for something quick and easy. You want them to put in the effort, take you out to dinner, blah blah blah, and maybe you will sleep with them. That would make sense, except you made it way too easy for them. Out of 10 of you on dating apps, 9 of you will require a date. The last one will say, be at my place in an hour. So why would they bother taking you to dinner when it's gonna be maybe, when they can just go for that last one?
Did you know that some people hold grudges against you for things that they did to you? They hold grudges against you for things that they did to you.
Oh wow, that took me by surprise. I would have never guessed a TikToker would blame everyone else for everything else and never, not even once, look in the mirror.
After my most recent dating experience, I've learned and can confirm that the biggest red flag and the worst quality a man can have that us ladies need to be cautious of is he lustful? Is he lustful, and does he pretend like he's not lustful? Because let me tell you, there is something so dangerous about a man who is clearly lustful that pretends like he's a saint. He lacks control, he lacks discipline, he lacks the ability to feel satisfied from one source. Therefore, he's constantly seeking external validation to validate and satisfy his ego. And on top of this all, he's lying to you about it. So therefore, it means that he's not proud of who he is when he looks at himself in the mirror.
Or he may actually be extremely proud of himself. What is it that makes him dangerous? Well, don't know. That is his worst quality. Well, it's still a quality? Were there signs of his worst quality at the beginning? Because I can spot a guy like that from miles away, and yet none of you ladies with all your female intuition can. Did you see it but ignore it just like the previous lady because maybe I'll just sleep with you either way and then I'll complain about your qualities?
I feel like a conversation a lot of people don't want to have and aren't ready to have yet is how misunderstood and misrepresented feminism is. Like, one, there's this whole trend on social media of my man better pay for this for me and pay for that for me and he better do this and that for me because it's girl power, princess treatment, and whatever. It's not feminism, and it's actually not women empowerment. It's misogyny repackaged into a pink sparkly bow because you are perpetuating the idea that a woman must be dependent on a man for resources, for means of living. That being said, you are allowed to have preferences in a relationship. You're allowed to prefer a man who will pay for you, or you're allowed to prefer a man who's rich, but don't put it under this disguise of girl power because it's not. You would not believe that it's a man's role to provide for you. You would believe that you are supposed to provide for yourself and you can be independent as a woman. But again, don't get me wrong, I like when someone treats me out for dinner. I like when someone pays for me, but I won't expect it. I won't say that it's their obligation, it's their role.
So you're bashing women that are exactly the same way. Girl power, but hey, why don't you pay? Oh, but I don't expect the men to pay. You kind of do, and even if you didn't, that still doesn't make you that much special or different. And you can talk feminism and girl power and empowerment all you want. The truth is, because of women just like you, or in some cases worse, worldwide support for feminism dropped from 60 something percent to 39. And in the States, it dropped from 60 something percent to 36%. And I bet that's a conversation you don't want to have.
Something I hate is when people say to online mattress actresses, if you will, regardless of whether you support the profession, I hate when people are like, men paid for that, men paid for that. By that logic, your boss paid for your house. And people will be like, oh no, but like I did work to get but like the thing is that these girls have a good or a service that they are providing to you that you cannot create yourself or that you want from them. So by that definition, they are doing the work to make that money.
Yes, they do. And shout out to them for doing what you pretend you don't. They are hardworking girls and they work hard for their money. Girl power and all that. Does it make you feel better now knowing that in your hatred towards men, you're empowering women that I bet you will never want to have anything in common with? And this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.